If you're living in the Bay Area and thinking about Sacramento, this video is going to save you time, money, and a lot of frustration. I've helped Bay Area buyers make this move for over 30 years, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to expect. Sacramento is no longer the cheap alternative to the Bay Area. It's a real market with real competition. But your Bay Area money still goes significantly further here, and that gap matters more than most buyers realize before they start looking. In this video, I'm covering the full picture, what your budget actually buys, which neighborhoods Bay Area buyers choose, how the commute math works, what the market looks like right now, and the single most costly mistake I see relocators make. Let's get into it. Let's start with the number everyone wants to know. In San Jose, $800,000 gets you somewhere between a two-bedroom condo and a small single-family home, if you're lucky on the location. In Sacramento, $800,000 gets you a four-bedroom, 2,000 plus square foot home in a solid neighborhood with a yard, good schools, and room to breathe. That's not a small difference. That's a life upgrade. Now, Sacramento prices have risen. The median home price in the Sacramento metro is currently in the high $400,000 to low $500,000, depending on the area. That's up from where it was a few years ago. But compared to the Bay Area median, which is pushing $1.4 million, Sacramento still represents a fundamental value gap that's hard to ignore. And for many Bay Area buyers, especially those who can work remotely, that value gap is exactly the reason they're making the move. Not all Sacramento neighborhoods are equal for Bay Area buyers. Here are the areas I see relocators gravitate toward most, and why. Elk Grove. This is where I'm based. It's master planned, clean, family friendly, and has some of the best schools in the metro. Prices are generally $450,000 to $650,000 for a solid single family home. A lot of Bay Area families land here first. Folsom. If you want the closest thing to a Silicon Valley suburb feel, Folsom delivers. Excellent schools, newer construction, safe neighborhoods, and a vibrant downtown. Prices run $550,000 to $750,000 and up. Roseville and Rockland. Further north, but popular with Placer County buyers. Similar feel to Folsom, well-maintained, family-oriented, strong schools. Slightly more inventory and a bit more price flexibility. Midtown and Land Park. If you want urban walkability, character, and proximity to Sacramento's food and art scene, these neighborhoods deliver. Prices are higher per square foot, but the lifestyle is genuinely different from the suburbs. Natomas, close to downtown, close to the airport, a practical choice for buyers who travel frequently or value the downtown commute. More affordable than almost every other option on this list. The right neighborhood for you depends entirely on your lifestyle priorities. I always ask Bay Area buyers three questions. Do you need top-rated schools? Do you need walkability? How often are you going back to the Bay? Those three answers usually narrow it down quickly. Let's talk about the commute, because this is where a lot of Bay Area buyers talk themselves into a decision that doesn't actually work for their life. Sacramento to San Francisco is roughly 90 miles. On a good day with light traffic, that's about 90 minutes one way. On a bad day, it can push past 2 hours. That is a brutal daily commute. I want to be straight with you about that. However, the commute landscape changed significantly post-COVID. The buyers I work with today are mostly in one of these situations. They're fully remote and never need to commute. Sacramento is an easy yes. They're hybrid, 2 or 3 days a week in the Bay. That's 200 to 300 miles of driving per week. Manageable, but you need to factor in the real cost. Time, fuel, wear on your vehicle. They use the Capital Corridor Amtrak, which runs from Sacramento to the Bay Area multiple times daily. Underrated option, you can actually work on the train. Or they're commuting every day, and in most cases, I tell those buyers honestly, Sacramento might not be the right move yet. The commute cost eats into the financial advantage. Know your commute reality before you commit. It changes the math. Here's where Sacramento is right now as a market. Inventory has been rising. That's good news for buyers. We have more homes on the market than we did during the 2021 and 2022 frenzy, which means more choices and, in some price ranges, more negotiating room. Homes are sitting longer than they were 2 years ago. The average days on market in many Sacramento zip codes is now 30 to 50 days. Compare that to 7 days in 2022. Again, good news for buyers. Multiple offer situations are less common, but they still happen on well-priced, move-in ready homes in desirable neighborhoods. Don't assume the frenzied market is completely gone. Interest rates remain elevated compared to the historic lows of 2020 and 2021. That affects your monthly payment calculation significantly. I always tell buyers to understand their payment at today's rate. Don't plan your life around a rate you hope to refinance into. The bottom line for Bay Area relocators. This is a better buyer's market than Sacramento has seen in several years. You have leverage you didn't have in 2021. Use it. After 30 years and over 1,000 transactions, I've watched Bay Area buyers make one mistake more than any other, and it consistently costs them. They buy the first thing they see that excites them. Here's what happens. They've been in the Bay Area, they're exhausted by the prices, and then they come to Sacramento and see a 4-bedroom house for $550,000 with a yard. Their brain lights up. They make an offer, fast, without fully understanding the neighborhood, the school district, the flood zone status, the age of the roof, or whether the price is actually right for that block. And 6 months later, they call me. Not always because something catastrophic happened, but because they realize they could have done better with a little more patience and a local expert walking them through it. Sacramento is a good deal compared to the Bay Area, but that doesn't mean every house is a good deal. You still need to do the work. Take your time. Visit multiple neighborhoods. Understand what good value actually looks like in each zip code. Work with someone who knows the market, not just someone who's excited to close a deal. Seriously considering the move, the best first step is downloading my free 2026 Sacramento Homebuyers Guide. It covers what to look for in each neighborhood, how to evaluate a Sacramento home versus Bay Area pricing, and how to avoid the common mistakes I just described. Link is in the description. It's free, it's detailed, and it'll save you time. And if you want to talk through your specific situation, I do free 15-minute relocation consultations. No pressure, no pitch, just a straight conversation about whether Sacramento makes sense for your life. That link is in the description too. I'm Doug Grace, 30 years in Sacramento real estate. I'll see you in the next video.